Hi guys, my name is Anton, and in today's video I want to speak about Sobha Verde. Why? Because this project seems to me as one of the most interesting in the new GLT cluster. What actually makes it so interesting for me to analyze? Let me give you a subjective opinion. First of all, I don't see Sobha Verde is to be really an investor-friendly product, even though it's very good overall, and I will explain why in a minute. But what makes it even more interesting is that inside the building, some investors did pretty well and some did much worse. So we will see the cases and I will explain why, and it will be a good example of how the market works in general and how to analyze it. Let's go. First of all, let's be fair. Sobha has a very solid reputation in the market, and it's not a coincidence. It's a full cycle developer, which gives them much more control over the processes, which gives them the opportunity to deliver their projects on time, which is super important. When you calculate your return of investment, it's very important for you to understand that your project will be delivered on time and you will be able to resell it or rent it out at that particular moment. Also, I would say in that segment, Sobha has top 3 quality on the market, the construction quality, the finishing quality. Also, speaking about Verde, Verde had very spacious layouts, and in comparison with Sobha projects in Sobha Heartland, the layouts are very good. Also, the location is quite close to the metro station, which is already there, and it's also a benefit for the investor and the end user. So, for those reasons, Sobha Verde really did look like a very strong option, and that is the answer why so many investors felt so comfortable buying it. But this is where the interesting part begins, because on the real estate market, good product doesn't automatically mean a good investment. And the second big mistake that many people make, they look at the building as a one single product, but the market doesn't work like this. The way I look at it is very simple. I would say there are few layers of the competition of investment product on the market. The first layer is the macro level. Let's say it's a UAE economy and Dubai as a city as a whole. The second layer is the area level. What exactly your product is competing with inside the location. And the third level is the micro level. This is about competing inside the projects with other units of the same size, same number of bedrooms, or same floor range. And in the tower with over 600 units, competing on the micro level is very important. And just to save us time, I will not speak about the macro level in this video, so let's move straight to the area level, because there is where an interesting thing begins. So even before looking in Sobha Verde itself, let's take a look at the other projects in the area that were launched at the same time as Sobha Verde, because the pricing power doesn't exist in vacuum. So you have to consider the competitors inside the area. And on your screen now, you can see that 2023 launch pricing for 1-bedroom units in 3 projects. Madore by Madore, Upper House East and West by Ellington, and Verde by Sobha. And this is where the first important problem appeared. If you entered Sobha Verde as an investor, your starting point was already clearly less favorable than in the competing projects nearby. So Verde launched at around 2,080 dirhams per square foot. Madore was around 1,950 dirhams per square foot. And both upper houses were around 1,580 dirhams per square foot. So compared to upper house, Verde launched at roughly 31.6% higher on the price per square foot basis. And compared to Madore, it was still around 6.7% higher. But in case of Madore, it was delivered after 1 year or after the launch. So actually, which also made a profit for investors because they instantly could rent it out for a couple more years, while Verde and Upper House were still under construction. So this is a very important thing to analyze, because when your entry point is already that much higher, especially in comparison with Upper House by Ellington, which is an amazing project, your position becomes weaker from day one. Okay, let's move forward to the next layer of the competition inside the building, because as I mentioned, choosing the particular unit inside the project will result heavily on how much money you will be able to make in this project. So let me give you an example of what I would consider a big investment choice inside the project. It's 1-bedroom apartment with a powder room on the lower floor with the big view, and most importantly, it was bought for a high price per square foot. And this combination matters a lot. I actually wanted to say a couple of bad things about the layout, but to be honest, besides having a bigger balcony, which is not so important in a country where you don't really spend time on a balcony 6 months in a year, and the larger corridor, which is also not so smartly utilized space inside the apartment, the layout is good. But don't forget that you pay for every square foot of the space that can be and should be utilized. So the smarter the layout is, the better. So, as you can see, this unit was sold minus 34% from the original price in April 2025. This is the worst resale transaction in the building. It doesn't automatically mean that this series is doomed and it will be sold lower than the original price. No, I'm not saying that. Of course, the construction progress is ongoing. The handover comes closer, but it's not a coincidence that this particular series with that view was sold at such a low price. Now let's take a look at the opposite example. And one of the strongest deals inside the building was for the smallest 2-bedroom layout on the opposite side of the building. It actually as well was a combination of factors what made this layout such a good choice initially. It has a better position, a better layout, and most importantly, very efficient use of space. So it's compact, but still a real 2-bedroom. Why this matters? Because buyers who are specifically, end users, who are specifically looking for a 2-bedroom in that area still need that product. Now compare that to the standard 2-bedroom size in the area, which is around 1200 square foot. This unit was around 20% smaller, which made the total ticket lower, and that gave a real advantage because it still served a real 2-bedroom demand, but at more accessible price. So naturally that kind of unit had much stronger resale dynamics. So as you can see, this 2-bedroom apartment was sold plus 14% from the original price, and it happened still 16 months before the handover, which is not a fantastic result, but if we compare it to the previous layout, it's so much better. And me as a person who worked with Sobha Verde closely, actually at some point everyone was looking only at those 2 bedrooms because end users, they know the product so well that they are looking for only particular layouts. So this is the main point which I wanted to show to you today with the example of Sobha Verde, that the market is much more uneven than people think. That means that you really need to study the area, the nearby competition, the layouts, the views, and most importantly, always think from the point of view of the end user. Ideally, you should do this work before the launch and prepare a clear short list of the units that actually make sense. Or you should work with an experienced professional who takes all these factors into account for you, because when the launch starts, the time is limited. And that is exactly when preparation makes the biggest difference. If you already own an apartment in Sobha Verde and you're planning to sell it, please reach out to me so we can discuss your situation in details, because as you probably understand from this video, there is no universal solution or the advice for everyone. We will consider your entry price, your vision, your financial situation. I even know how to ease your payment plan. Please reach out. Also, if you watched this video because you plan to buy Sobha Verde and you're an end user, please reach out to me as well. I'm in direct contact with more than 40 owners in Sobha Verde and know the project in and out. And also, of course, if you want any other advice on the Dubai real estate market, reach out to me and we will discuss your plans, and I will definitely know how to make you good money. Please, if you found something interesting in this video, something was useful for you, like and subscribe to the channel. I will really appreciate it. See you in the next video.